intrusive into people's personal lives. You're confused. You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020. I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial. So my question was...
Technically, Fani Willis might not be on trial here, but she's certainly defending herself. Whatever Trump is alleged to have done in Georgia is fairly abstract and kind of a gray area. What Fani Willis did in terms of benefiting financially, it seems more like a smoking gun situation, frankly. So she might not think she's on trial, but in every other sense, she kind of is on trial. In terms of her integrity is on trial. CNN is calling for Fani Willis and Nathan Wade to step down from the case in Georgia about Trump's supposed interference in the 2020 election when he tried to overturn the results. At least CNN published an op-ed to that effect. This is interesting because when it comes to Democrat officials engaging in malfeasance, you don't often see the media calling them to account. So when they do, you have to kind of prick up your ears and listen and really see what is going on here. And that's what we're about to do in this video. Thing is, even for Democrats, you can cross a certain line, and sometimes they just have to admit, wow, that was corrupt. And that's the case with Fani Willis. However, some of the online supporters of Fani Willis haven't gotten the memo yet, so it's kind of funny that we're at a crossroads where the smarter Democrat officials are beginning to say, yeah, you need to step aside, whereas the kind of low IQ online leftists haven't gotten the memo yet. So it's an interesting place in this particular news story. When Fani Willis testified, some people found her performance a little arrogant. So I'm sorry, she sounded pretty rude, if you want to use that word. She sounded unprofessional. She wasn't exactly charming, okay? However, commentators such as Joy-Ann Reid did not appreciate any criticism of Fani Willis. It was all out of bounds for her.
Don't be loud. Don't be angry. Excuse me, if you're questioning my integrity and accusing me of hiring somebody that I was having an affair with when I'm telling you the timeline.
Is Joy-Ann Reid not actually familiar with the facts of the case, that she was having an affair and the affair began prior to hiring Wade as a special prosecutor? Do the facts matter to Joy-Ann Reid? That's why this is such a kind of circus, and it's such a sad commentary on American politics and jurisprudence. You're almost literally not allowed to criticize Fani Willis, except maybe now we can because CNN said that she should step down. So perhaps now we're allowed to. But unfortunately, I think what's going on, and we all know, is a little bit of tribalism, that if someone as the same group as you is being criticized, then you kind of circle the wagons. And I think that's unfortunate, because we have to have one standard of justice for everybody, regardless of their race. So the Joy-Ann Reids of the world are going to defend Fani Willis literally regardless of the evidence. But the more sober and frankly intelligent analysts have a more reasonable take at this point, which is that Fani Willis and Nathan Wade should both step down. And we'll investigate why are they actually saying that. So let's take a look at that article. Opinion: Fani Willis and Nathan Wade need to step aside for the sake of the country. CNN. So it is a op-ed, it is an opinion piece, but nonetheless, it's published by CNN, which means that they kind of approve or they consider this within the range of acceptable ideas. And there's Fani Willis on the stand with a kind of defiant look to her. All right, now this article is by William Cooper, who is the author of How America Works and Why It Doesn't, a California-based litigator. So this guy is a lawyer, so he would know, he would have some kind of legal insight for us. Quote, while presiding over the investigation and prosecution of former President Donald Trump and 18 of his allies for attempting to reverse Georgia's 2020 presidential election results, Fulton County, Georgia District Attorney Fani Willis has made two severe lapses in judgment, too many. Now, the first part of the op-ed discusses a different instance of corruption, which is kind of almost similar to the Trump situation in that she was investigating her political opponent, something like that. And I'll skip that because I don't want to get into the weeds on a separate case, but it definitely fits a pattern. Back to the article. More recently, Willis admitted to having a, quote, personal relationship with Nathan Wade, a special prosecutor she hired to help with Trump's prosecution. Her admission came in response to Trump co-defendant Michael Roman's court filing claiming Willis had a clandestine relationship, seeking to remove them from the case. And Willis's relationship with Wade was clandestine because she didn't disclose it. She didn't tell anybody. So I think that that is fair characterization. Okay, now I'm skipping to the part of the article where he calls for Willis to step down. Quote, it's essential that the Fulton County prosecution not descend into a diversionary circus where the focus is on the prosecuting team's misjudgments instead of the defendant's misdeeds. Willis and Wade should voluntarily recuse themselves and allow other prosecutors to run the case. So he's not calling for her to step down because what she did was wrong. He's saying this is a distraction. We need to get Trump, and we need to stay focused on that. And Fani Willis's malfeasance is getting in the way of our number one aim at CNN and this guy's aim and the entire left, which is to, again, get Trump. Now, here's a factoid from the article. Wade hasn't just billed Fulton County over $650,000 under Willis's supervision. He's done so in irregular fashion. For example, Wade billed 24 hours for the case in a single day. So was Wade up for 24 hours working on this case, or is he just making up his billing as he goes? Standing alone, Wade's billing practices warrant scrutiny. Combined with his personal relationship with Willis, they raise significant questions, including whether any of his outside earnings had benefited Willis. Which it appears, that's the whole point of the hearing, is that she paid her lover to be the special prosecutor against Trump, and then meanwhile he took her on vacations. So the money kind of funneled back to her, if you need a little summary of why this is a problem. And even CNN has to admit it, although it might be paragraph 10 in an op-ed, and even if it's for the wrong reasons, you can still get the truth out. Sometimes you can divine the truth deep within a CNN op-ed. My name is Michael McCara. Thank you so much for watching. In the description, you can find my Twitter handle. Follow me on there. Visit my michaelmcarablog.com. Such a popular blog. Some politics and some other stuff too. And finally, like this video and subscribe to my channel.
I've only heard what love can do.